Hi, you're at Steve Morris Engines. I'm Steve Morris. Today we are testing some carburetor hats because we have a new hat in a carbon fiber. So what we're starting off with here is this is a 572 cubic inch motor with a stock D1SC. Yes, it is a very large motor for how big the blower is, but we're also doing some prototyping on our CNC internals for our ProVolute upgrades. This is stock. This isn't the race cover or a ProVolute cover. So we're just going in and testing some carb hats. So we're going to test the stock EV for 4150. Then we're going to test the Pro Chargers Competition Series hat. Then our Pro Series 4150 hat, which is the same as the Extreme Velocity Pro Series hat. And then our new carbon fiber. And you can tell here, we'll go through this, the carbon fiber is the same height and same inlet angle as the Pro Series. It is the same height, like I said, and you can see that it is about 1 inch longer. A little different shape. Actually quite a bit different shape. And we will be testing that and showing you all the numbers on all the hats. And we'll go outside and put this on the stand and make a pull. Now this, before we do that, this engine is just a street engine, hydraulic roller, low profile. So it's a nice street car engine. So it's not really a full race engine. We're only going to turn it to 6,000 RPM. And alright, we're out here. First hat we're testing, the Extreme Velocity standard hat with no divider.
Alright, I'm going to have Alex go in there and change the hat to the Pro Charger hat, and we'll look at the numbers while he's doing that. Get you a little closer. Okay, and we can see all the way up at 4,000 RPM. We're at 810, 1,056, 6.5 pounds of boost, 12.0, 12.7. So you can see the difference in air-fuel ratio there. 5,000, we're 1,009, 783, 1232, 1242. So you see it starts coming back around. 5,500, we're at 1041, 8.2 pounds of boost, 1239, 1268. And at 6,000, we're at 1,003. 1278, 1271, and 8.5 pounds of boost. So we're in there changing the hat over, and as soon as we get that hat changed over, we'll make another pull right away. Alright, we have the Pro Charger hat on. This is the Pro Charger competition hat. Don't even bother doing the stock hat, either one of the stock hats, because they just outright suck. So don't even bother. Anyways, let's make a pull on this. And we'll kind of look at these air-fuel ratio numbers too, is what we're kind of interested in. 4,000, 818, 1,050, 1209, 1255. 6 3/4 pounds of boost. 5,000 is 1010. 1229, 1232. Now this is with Pro Systems carburetor too. When you do use the CNS aerosol, you really need to have the hats facing forward or directly backward. That 45-degree angle, like what that hat is on, is not real good in a CNS. So it works well with annular style boosters. Anyways, back to this 5,500. That's actually a bad number, but we'll just look at the air-fuel ratio. 12.4, 12.53, 56, 10.22, and at 6,000 we're at 989, 12.75, 12.70. Now we'll go back and we'll look at a direct comparison number again. Between the Extreme Velocity standard hat and the Pro Charger Competition Series hat. And outside of that, like I said, that number right there is just a bad number, so we disregard that. But it looks like, yeah, we're just maybe on average. I'd discount those two. We're probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 horsepower less. You can see the air-fuel ratio is pretty close to the same. Boost numbers are pretty close to the same. No big deal there. Everything looks relatively close together. Pretty similar hats. Maybe the Extreme Velocity might be just a little bit better. So Alex is in there putting on the Pro Series 4150 hat. Now typically I don't bother with this hat. Well, it's always usually a little bit better hat. It works the best on higher horsepower applications, above 1,200, 13, 14, up to in 2,000 horsepower area is where that hat really shines over the smaller hats. But we just want to give a direct comparison on everything here. And we'll go ahead and back this up, and we'll make a pull here in a second. Alrighty, now go back, we'll look at our numbers, see what we got here. At 4,000 we're 795, 1209, 1247. At 5,000 we're 1,002, 1235, 1225, 8 pounds of boost. 5,500, excuse me, we're 1023, 8.5 pounds of boost, 1239, 1240, and at 6,000 we're 982, 1274, 1254. And if we compare it to the Extreme Velocity standard hat, it is not as good by quite a bit. And I think all you're seeing there really is that the smaller hat at that air level and that power level really probably just does work better with in that particular combination. Like I said, where that hat has shined and continues to shine is at higher horsepower applications. But we're down. That's down probably a good solid. Because our air-fuel ratio is pretty minimal difference. Boost is pretty minimal. There's nothing there, and but it's definitely probably a good solid 20-ish off up there and 5 down low. So yeah, use a standard ProCharger hat or standard EV hat at that lower horsepower level, in that 1,000 horsepower and below range. So now we're putting on the Pro Carbon hat, and we will test that. Okay, Alex has got the Pro Carbon hat on. And we'll make a pull on that. I think actually we're going to go back in there and make another pull, because I think that hat was a little loose because I saw it turn. So we will come right back and tighten that up. Alright, we just tightened up the hat, so we'll make another hit on it. Look at what we got. $4,000. We're at 798. 1192. 1243. 924. 1193. 123. 5,000, we're at 12.6, 12.3, 55, we're at 1037, 12.3, 12.3, and 5,900, we're at 12.5, 12.5. Compared to the EV hat, a couple of these numbers are, it's a little down, I'd say averaged out. Not too worried about that number right there. I'd say we're averaged out, we're maybe just a little bit less, probably in the neighborhood of in between 7 and 10 overall. Not too bad really. Where I was looking at was in our difference in our O2 and how it, I believe it was just a little more even, except down at the low. But all the way right up there, that 6,000 number, 12.58, 12.56, pretty equal there. Pretty equal there, equal there, equal. And it starts getting a little bit of a spread there of almost a half a air-fuel ratio. And if we go back and look at the let's see, that's the standard Pro Series. We're at about 3/10 of air-fuel ratio. That's the same. And then it goes the other way. So it starts out rich, then goes lean, and this one starts out lean and goes a little bit richer on the other side. The ProCharger Competition Series hat, we're at about almost a half air fuel ratio point difference up at 4,000. 5,000, it's the same. 5500, it's about the same. And 5900 is about the same. It's a little leaner than what the Pro Carbon hat is. And then if we go to the standard EV hat, we're at a pretty solid half air fuel ratio point difference. 5,000, we're at getting close. 5,500, we've gone away again. And then at 6,000 it gets pretty close. But at 6,000 it gets pretty close. At 12.78, 12.71. Let's see here. Peak power. Peak power was, I think that's probably a little bit of a high number, so I'd say probably in that 1040, 1045 range. And for this extreme velocity hat, Pro Charger hat, I would say peak power about the same, 1040. It's got a 1045 number. Maybe it's just a little bit less, 5 less. Then the Pro Series hat, it's a little smoother through there, but it's definitely down probably close to 10. And then the Pro Carbon hat, 37, 37, 33, probably down about 3 or 4 or 5, right around there from the smaller hat. I think it's maybe just a little bit better through there. But like I said, this is all within that 1,000 horsepower range. And as we lean on these things, we'll do another test with another motor at higher horsepower, and we can see the difference in between the Pro Carbon hat and the Pro Series hat, along with the smaller hats. And like I said, from testing it over the last few years, definitely see bigger increases and bigger differences on the higher horsepower levels. But at this 1,000 horsepower level, all the hats are good, work well. I think maybe the Pro Carbon was maybe just a little bit better in excuse me, distribution. Extreme velocity probably top the chart on it. So now we're going to go in here and we're going to change to our leave that hat on, and we're going to do our ProVolute cover. So we'll be right back. Alright, we decided to add one more hat to the mix. This is just on, like I said, same exact motor. We just had gotten this hat in. So this is the Vortec power hat. And what we'll do is we'll go out and make a hit on this. Alright, we're outside and we'll make a pull on this. Alright, now just look right over at the numbers. And we are 4,742, 569, 1219, 1163. 4,500 is 869, 624, 1217, 1152. 5,000 is 969, 1243, 1159. So it's not equal. I mean, this is back to back with the other carb hats. So peak horsepower 1,000 horsepower, 5,500 RPM. 1252, 1185, and we'll go down to 6,000. We're 947 at 1251 and 1193, and we're A little down on boost, but it's probably because of the air filter that's actually inside of them also. But all things, we can do the back to back here. We made 2 hits on this carb hat just to verify it. That's pretty well down everywhere. But the real difference, I mean, we could tune some of it back into it because it richened up one bank. So, I mean, we could lean it up a little bit, but, you know, being at one side of the engine's 12.5, so no, we really can't do too much with it. But it's pretty far off there from the original baseline with the extreme velocity there. So yeah, it's pretty far off. Anyways, I'm Steve Morris, Steve Morris Engines. Have a great day.